Welcome to Tech Turks. Today I have Dele, CEO and co-founder of Findworka. Findworka is a platform that provides tech services to companies and also talent to develop solutions. Dele, welcome to Tech Turks.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming. Now, Findworka is about 3 years old.
Yes.
What were you doing before then? How did you get on that train?
Okay. I think first off, thank you so much for inviting me here. Before Findworka, I started a company called Jobs in Nigeria.
Okay.
As a software engineer, a lot of people believe that I always live on the internet. And, they would send me CVs to help them apply for jobs. So I felt like, okay, instead of having this, inflow of CVs, why not create a portal where people could actually go there and apply for jobs directly? So I did that, invited my co-founder at that time, and we started out. So it was supposed to be like a mini project, but it became something big. We got incubated at CC Hub, and it became serious after that. And shortly after we launched, we had over 300,000 users on the platform, had partnerships with a lot of corporates and brands. But in 2014, we had a little issue, we had to close down. Knowing that the market is still underserved, in 2016, I started Findworka. Yes.
Okay, so 2016, from what I read, started providing a platform, providing artisans with access to people who are looking for their particular skills.
Yes.
And you've evolved to a company that provides highly skilled services. Now, what happened? What led to that?
I think the business climate in Nigeria is different. We started out, aggregating artisans on the platform. 6 months after that, after we went to the streets getting this data, we realized that artisans in particular, they were difficult to manage. Project management was a problem. Communication was also a problem. We were really not, meeting up to that standard, and people, especially our clients, they were blaming us, for the irregularities. So we had to pivot, and we're also running out of cash.
Okay.
So we had to pivot in 2017. We pivoted into a digital services platform only, more like Fiverr, where you go online and search for digital professionals. Then we also, hit the rock because in Nigeria, things are generally different. As a founder or business owner, you don't want to go online and be going through thousands of profiles before you find somebody to work with. So we realized that, and that is what led us to the model that we're running right now. So that as a client or as an entrepreneurial company, if you need to build your new innovation or product, you talk to us first. Then we will now look for the talent,
the appropriate talent as well.
Talent that will do this.
So how has that worked so far? Now this new model, how is it going in terms of number of customers, people are hitting your site, awareness? Are you happy with the progress so far?
Yeah, very happy. I think since we, became part of the process, it's much more better. And that's because, we realized something quickly, that the reason why projects fail is because of bad scoping. So, but we bring in our own project managers to understand their process, to understand their vision. And we also ask about their budget. So we can then tell them realistically that, okay, this is what your budget can do for you. So don't try to build the whole, thing. Just build an MVP, then take it to the market, and you can scale from there.
So if I wanted to start a business today, dry cleaners, for example, and I wanted a solution that would enable my customers to to go onto the app, and before they even bring they're close to my location or picked up, they can count it, put it in there, and then I would have access to it in my own office. And then when the goods are ready, how would that work? Yeah, and I came to you and I said, this is what I'm trying to do.
Yes. So first off, what we're going to do is to sit down with you, try to understand your idea with our business analysts and product designers. We go through the journey with you. Let's paint a scenario. Let's go through your user journey. Then, okay, somebody normally would come to your house and say, okay, Do you want to dry clean your clothes or something like that? And you say, yes, this is the quantity, so and this is the amount. So why not do that from an app, And so that means us providing the customer with an app where you can go and, put in your details and the quantity of the clothes that you want to dry clean. Then at the office, the dry cleaning office, they also get that request and somebody can follow up from there. So we try to digitize that process, So we go through that user journey together and assign the, talents that would also work on the project.
So let me ask the question from your prices, from a pricing perspective. Are you SME friendly? Like when you talk about, we are project managers and people are going to come and you're going to scope, but I'm just thinking the Naira sign, the numbers, the zeros at the end are just getting bigger and bigger. Is it something that you can scale? Because of course, there are a lot of SMEs, the entrepreneurs with great ideas that want to do technology, but they end up just going to like Instagram and using, should I say, a combination of Instagram, WhatsApp, and something else to actually build and drive their business, while an app can actually help integrate all those three.
Yeah, I think for us, we are very price friendly. We're very also affordable. First off, what we do on the platform, price is relative, really. So the cost of hiring a software developer in Lagos is different from the cost of hiring a software developer in Kano, for example. And what we try to do is to bring that excellence that is in Lagos, also bring it, in other places. So you as a business owner, you don't have to worry about who is working on the project. All you need to do is to see that excellence in your work. So
and be paying them.
Yes. So for us, when we get requests, we share it with developers on our platform. I also forgot to mention that these developers go through a two-stage vetting process. Just for us to know those that know their onions and those that can actually do the work. So they are ranked on our platform. When we get this request, we break it down into project deliverables, milestones, and we share it with these developers. So you also submit your own bid. You go through the so you can see, hey, I'm going to do this feature for 120,000. I'm going to do this feature for 80,000, 50,000, and we go through all of that request. Our project managers go through it and they see the right talent, who is also affordable, that match the client's budget.
So you're fee-based. So you're a fee-based platform. So
yes.
And you're actually getting the best prices
exactly
for the customer. From very good quality workers. Okay,
exactly. So then, as a client, you don't have to interface with the developer, because we know that managing developers can be very...
I don't even understand what they're talking about. So I have a bunch of developers and they're great guys, but I don't understand code. I have no desire to understand code. I don't even have any time to understand code.
Exactly. So we've heard stories about a lot of developers that will be on a project, and when you call them, and next thing they will tell you that they are in Ibadan, or they are so they are not available or accessible. So you don't have to go through all that stress when we are working on your project. Rest assured that we have your code base is safe, very, very safe with us. Which we are going to set up, technical infrastructure, everything for you, so that even when the developer leaves, there's continuation. Like you can actually assign it to another person, and the project never stops.
Final question. So, Findworka, this time in 2 years' time, where do you see the business, and are you going to be serving the same segments, or are you going to be providing more offerings to the market? So
in 2 years, I think for us, the mission is always to help companies, to provide the right talent and technologies to survive in this digital economy. For us, we're also looking at the youth population. Africa, Nigeria in particular, with about 200 million people, we have that number. We have the human capital. So we are also looking at how we can potentially tap into the youth population, empower them with the right digital skills. I forgot to mention that we also have an academy, Findworka Academy, where we train aspiring software developers.
Especially lots of women, I hope.
Yes, of course. And that's because last year we realized that a lot of our best hands are moving abroad.
Yes.
Working
brain
for
drain.
Brain drain, yeah. So we've been doing that by training people and also aggregating the best hands in the ecosystem and providing that for founders across board. So I think in 2 years, we want to have the highest number of software talents, and to also ensure that companies around us can now build out their next innovations and products. And I feel like software talent, here can help us, to do that.
Dele, thank you for coming on Tech Turks, and we'll continue the conversation.
Thank you so much for inviting me.